pros and cons came from a Latin word. Okay. So, hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Thank you so much for asking, Kali. I'm doing great. All right. So, today the topic of the day is human cloning. But before going to the topic, can you please tell me how would you like to be corrected at the end or in between the session?
In between this session.
Perfect. So,
But
first,
yeah, but I don't have interest in this topic.
okay, so don't worry about that. First, we will start with an extempore. So, extempore, you know the rules already, I guess. So, you will get two topics and you have to choose one and talk about that topic for 3 minutes, right? So, we'll
Right.
start with extempore and then I'll be giving you topics from myself to talk about. Good.
Okay.
All right, let's start with the extempore session. And you have two topics first, being an only child. Being an only child, that's number one. Number two, zoos cause more harm than good. Zoos cause more harm than good. Which one do you choose?
I would like to go with being an only child.
Being an only child. All right, ready whenever you are. You need a minute?
Uh, Actually, being an only child means having a single child.
Being a single child.
Okay. So I am starting.
Okay, I am going to start.
I am going to start.
Yes, please do.
So being an only child, here the word only suggests that they are not sociable and they don't make friends. There's a lack of making friendship, and being an only child is just being a single child. And there's the myth behind having a single child that they are not cooperative, and they don't have good relationships with other people or with their friends or with relatives, because they are uh, uh, brought up by their parents, and it's been a myth. But what I experienced from my life, that one of my student who is a uh, being a single child, he is a good person, and he follows his parents, whatever their parents told them, he followed them. And he even respect the elder one, and and know the way how to present and to say what to say, where to say. So in my opinion, single child are also have the good relationship, and they are if a single child can be more independent and confident in terms of the if there are if I compare it with others having a child with siblings. So in my opinion, they are more independent and more confident than the child who has siblings, because he or she doesn't have any pressure over him or her. So he, single child is also have their goal oriented, and they are successful, and they are very much helpful, as well as sociable. If they are not sociable, it can be taught to them how to become a sociable. uh, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop the timer. Just a minute. Okay. You have 30 seconds left. Sociable. What is sociable?
Sociable means to connect with other people in your
Social.
society.
Social. Not
Social.
sociable. Social.
Okay.
Okay. Now you said that whenever the parents told them. So you were talking about your student who is single child, right? What? Why are you saying them? It is him, na? And
Yes.
not told. This is something that he always does. So it tells whenever his parents tell him to do something, he does that. Okay? You said know the way, he know the way, he knows the way. So whenever you're saying about him, which is a third person, say knows the way, not know the way. Okay? All right. Talking about the topics that I want to give you, that is also going to be extemporary topic. So I will be giving you two topics. You can choose among them. All right?
All right.
Okay. So first one I want to give you is this, which is the need of the hour. First is this one. I'm writing it down in the chat box. Is
Hello.
unemployment. Hello. Okay.
Hello. Yes,
Yes, Kali. So you have two topics. One is unemployment in India. Second is women empowerment. Which one do you choose?
I would like to go with unemployment.
Tell me what do you think about the topic.
Unemployment is a lack of job and lack of job opportunities in the different sector. And, there's a lack of job, and as there are number of people, more and more number of people are there, but there's a lack of job opportunities. People don't get too much opportunities, and if they have also a skill, unable to they are unable to show it to other people, as well as wait.
What? Okay.
Yes.
Are we having some network issue?
Yeah, sometimes it is happening.
Okay. All right. Yes, tell me. Then what else?
Yeah, so unemployment is a, major problem in our country. Lots of grown up are facing this problem due to loss of job opportunities in various fields, and it is happening as due to the difference in the ratio of the job opportunities as well as the number of people. So two different situations, as there's a less job, and as well as more number of people are increasing. So they both are inversely proportional to each other, and so to maintain this, there should be more skills, and there should be more vocational education should be provided, and more number of fields should be opened for people who are much interested, uh, who are interested in whichever field they like.
That's all? Right. Why do you think people are having unemployment in India? Is it because of the population?
Population, as well as lack of knowledge or lack of skill. If a person don't have knowledge, so he can't get the job. But there's also a problem that for one job there are 10 people are fighting. So if a person is capable or holding a good degree or holding a good marks or whatever, so he he is lagging behind due to some skills or due to less job opportunities also.
Okay. So two things. First, you said peoples. So there is no such word called peoples now. I told you. So it should be people, and the singular form is person. So make sure that you don't use peoples. Second thing, you said there is are two different things. So if it is two, then it cannot be a and it cannot be is. So there are two different things. Okay. All right, coming to different topics. One thing that I definitely love to know what is your opinion about, that is online education. Second option should be mm,
Let's go with this online education only.
oh, I have a second option. Wait, this
Okay.
is also very interesting. Work from home, pros and cons.
Work from home. Yeah.
Which one would you like to talk about?
I would like to go with the online education.
Education. All right. Tell me, what do you think about online education?
Online education is the education which is provided digitally in the form of virtual classes are held virtually, and students watch the live class, or they watch
Students, sorry.
students
What did you say? Students, what?
watch live class or recorded lecture.
Hmm.
So online education is these days are more influenced after the COVID period due to due to the epidemic corona. People the online education has more influence on the student, as well as who are preparing for many government exams also. So it's also beneficial for people. It has both pros and cons. If I want to talk about pros, I would say that pros is just like the advantage. I want to know that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So pros about it that it saves our time, it saves our energy, as well as it saves our money. And
Hmm.
uh, apart from this, it also help us to connect with teacher whom we like most, or who are the who are on the top of their on the top who are on the top of their uh, in their subject as well. And the co- cons of online education are that there are people there are that we don't focus for more time, and that concentration is lost. We as we have got a notification, we just click on it and we go to a different world where we just scroll and watch videos or do something else. In digital education, there's a lack of good knowledge, as well as a lack of concentration is created among the students. So virtual
Hmm.
class is not better in terms of the, the class which held in a realistic way.
Okay. And what's your conclusion of online education?
Conclusion that it is it is both good and bad. It has its own
Hmm.
values.
Okay. All right. There are two things that I would like to mention. First, you said students watch live class. So please don't use the word watch. You're not watching. You're attending classes, right? You're attending. So students attend live classes or recorded classes. And what is the pronunciation of this word?
Pro.
Yes. Pros and cons, not pros. Pros and cons came from a Latin word. Okay. It
Okay.
comes the words, the pros and cons, it came from a Latin word that is pro et contra. Pro et contra means for and against. Okay. So make
Okay.
sure that you're pronouncing it correctly. All right. Overall feedback. What are the things we need to work on? Definitely tenses. Still, you're making mistakes on tenses. Be careful while you're making sentences. Right. So next day, whenever we are going to have sessions, remind me that, ma'am, you said we are going to work on tenses. Okay. So we will
Okay.
work on tenses specifically. Uh, Second thing, I want you to work on your vocabulary. Please work on your vocabulary, all right? And you're using a lot of fillers, like so slow down, okay? If you're not make, there is no point of going very fast and making mistakes. So slow down, it will help you to remove your fillers. Number two, work on your tenses. Next class, remind me, and I want you to work on the vocabulary part. All right. So even if you don't like the topic, the last 2 3 pages there are vocabulary. So note down what are the things that you don't know, and then work on your vocabulary. All right. Any questions? Any
Yeah, I
questions?
want to know about the conclusion of online education.
If you want to know conclusion, how can I give you conclusion? Depends from one person's point of view, from other person's point of view. So my point of view will not be your point of view, right? So it will
Right.
depend. Whatever point, whatever conclusion you want to bring into the light, that is going to be your conclusion. There is, whenever you're talking on a subject, whenever you're talking on a topic, there is nothing wrong, there is nothing right. It is your perspective, how you want to see what the subject, what the topic is all about. Definitely. No conclusion or no introduction that is specific. This is something that you have to do. No, it's your point of view. Okay?
Okay,
All right. Any other questions?
no more questions.
All right. Thank you so much for the session, Kali. It was lovely talking to you. And please remind me to work on tenses on the next class. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Bye bye. Good night. Yes,
when
sorry.
is when do you take your classes mostly? At what time of the day?
Oh, I take classes from in the morning from 11 to 1, and then I take classes from 6 to 9. So, yes. And
Every day?
sometimes 10. Yeah, Monday to Friday.